Hey friends, welcome back. We just completed our first no spend challenge. We did 7 days and we made it. We made out just fine. So what I want to do in this video is catch you guys up to speed. First, I'm going to let you watch all of the clips that we collected throughout the week of our shops, and you can see how it went for us. And then we'll come back here and I'm going to review some of the notes that I made along the way as to things that we were realizing and learning, and then also some lessons that I put together that will be really important for you guys. So enjoy the clips, see how it goes for the week, and then I'll meet you back here. We just went through Chase Bank to get some money for this no spend challenge, and as we pulled up and I'm doing the thing, I was like, I forgot to bring the camera. I wanted to film. And so I go about doing my thing. Hey baby, she hates when I talk to a camera or anything. So I did my stuff, and then as I'm coming out of the bank and I'm putting my money away, I'm like, I could have just filmed on my phone. What am I doing? Hey.
She hates when you film in the car, I swear. Every time you get on the camera and you start filming, she's
there you go. I have to turn it so she can look at herself. So apologies that this is probably not going to be the best quality video or audio, but I forgot my camera, so I'm just filming real quickly on my phone for you. We just went to the bank and got out $200 for our grocery budget for the week for the no spend challenge. I feel like that's, like, a lot of people are going to think that's a lot of money. It kind of is, but I feel like we spend a lot of money in groceries, so.
Mainly because of, like, the quality of
So now, and the funny thing is, now we're going directly to the grocery store. And we're going to spend all our money.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. But it's funny because it's going to be a challenge straight away because we just got the money. Now we're going to the grocery. Wish us luck. Okay, so let's evaluate the damage done, the hit to the budget. We got out of there.
It was pretty bad.
It was pretty bad?
$25.
You think that's pretty bad?
Yeah.
$25 is exactly, actually $26.51 to be exact. The reason why that's... Hey, you want to look at yourself again? The reason why that is kind of a lie is because it's basically just stuff for dinner tonight. And admittedly, I got a ball. Did you get a ball?
Yeah.
He got a ball too. So we both got balls. But I did want a king cake on a stick. I didn't get it. I didn't get any chocolate. And I only got the bar because I did not really eat a proper lunch today. All I had was some potatoes and an apple. Random. So I'm going to eat this bar right now in the car. And then on the car. Fraser's stuff was a bit more pricey, but he did get frozen sweet potato fries, which we will all eat out of. And that will probably be even more than just tonight, maybe. And then he got Beyond Burgers, which are pricey, but
I never really get those, do I?
this is his, like, treat meal that he wants to have. So it's just, as long as we're aware of the budget, you can work some of those things in. But I did pass on the things that I really just wanted and didn't need. So anyway, that's just the update from today. We'll keep chugging along. Hey guys, we are out at Whole Foods and it's fogging up. It is super humid and cloudy today. So this can be a challenge because Whole Foods is not cheap, but we don't need too much stuff. So we're gonna see how we make out. This will be a real challenge for us. I already want my chocolate cookies, Jen. I was thinking about that. I was like, I can't get my Lenny and Larry cookies.
Good. There's nothing that's super expensive. Oranges. She's been loving oranges right now, hasn't she?
And everything that we buy is organic, which increases the prices as well, but totally worth that. I can see that. That helps. Okay, so the final verdict was $82.03. We made it out of Whole Foods for less than $100, so that's good to start with. I am very proud of myself because I did not get anything. I was very tempted, especially because lots of things that we were buying were like, ooh, that happens to be on sale. So I was gonna be like, hey, you know, I can get my little cookies, but I did not. I refrained. And then we get in the car and Fraser says, oh, guess what? I got a bar. He snuck a bar in. He did offer me a bite, but still, he couldn't make it out of the store without a bar. He couldn't do it.
She couldn't make it out of the store with an orange. Without an orange.
That's a free orange for Zia, because we spend so much money at Whole Foods. Okay, let's see what was the most expensive things that we bought. Yeah, absolutely. Holy moly, I didn't realize how much that celery adds up. So we juice celery every morning. You want me to open your orange? Hang on, I gotta open this orange. So we drink celery juice every morning, and we use 3 bunches of celery a day, 3 heads, whatever you call them. So to make, how much do you drink? Like 30 ounces?
30 ounces.
About 30 ounces, and then I drink like 16 to 20 ounces. So we use 3 heads a day. We got 3 days worth. 9 bunches of celery at $1.99 each comes to $17.91. So I mean, really, celery's not. I don't feel like $1.99 for a bunch is that much. It's just because we get so much of it at one time that it does add up. But your health is important, and it's worth it.
And it's organic too.
Yeah, and it's organic celery, so obviously that makes it more expensive. But I feel like $2 for an organic bunch of celery is not expensive. The second most expensive thing we got, the organic navel oranges. We had almost 5 pounds worth of oranges, which was $9.41. The third most expensive thing is our organic medjool dates. Those are quite pricey. We got 0.8 pounds worth that they're $10.49 a pound in the bulk bins, so we got $8.50 worth of dates. Everything else was pretty cheap, like under $5 or so. So I feel like we did pretty good today. At least we did stick to like things that we need and Whole Foods, things that we really use, with the exception of Fraser's bar and his bitchin' sauce, which is $5.99. But what I did realize is that if we're honest, in hindsight, honesty, from yesterday's shop, that entire shop was a want and not a need. Yeah. We could have done without all of that, which would have been $25 saved. So that's a lesson there. But anyway, now we are pretty much stocked on produce again, so we've still got, I don't know, however much that money is, a little bit less than $100. So doing okay. We'll see. Okay, this is our second trip of the week to Whole Foods. Let's see how we make out. I think we've got about $80 left in our budget. What do we need to get today? Apples and dates?
Apples, dates, carrots, and zucchini. And lentils.
Okay.
And a couple of cans of chickpeas.
And no bars.
No bars. And no bars.
Let's see how we do.
No bars.
Okay, so it was way too busy in there for us to film. I didn't feel like dealing with all the people. Hey baby, you got your orange? Jenny checked out. What was the damage today?
It was like $32.
So about $32 from today's shop. It was a very small one. We did very well. I was tempted. There's lots of sales going on. Some of my favorite little vegan muffins were buy one get one free, and I so tried to talk Fraser into like, that's okay, we should get them because that's a really good deal. But we didn't. He said, you wanted to do this stupid challenge.
I didn't say stupid challenge. You just made that up.
And that's what I heard. I don't know. That's what you said. That's what I heard.
I said, you wanted to do this challenge. So you will see it.
So we did not get it. We still have some money left. This is the banana that Zia got from the little children's section at Whole Foods. And it's the biggest banana ever. It's like a foot long at least. That's a massive banana, baby. Okay guys, we're at our third Whole Foods grocery shop of the week. So this is the 4th total grocery because we went to Winn-Dixie once. Third grocery shop, we're getting water today at the water filter deal, which is, I mean, this is definitely the way to go if you have to buy water like this. I feel like it's a little, not the best spend on our budget. We do have a Berkey, but we have a travel Berkey because we bought it for when we're in the RV mostly, so it's too small to keep up with our water at the house. So we're getting this here, and then we have to get some more produce, but I think we'll do fine on the budget. Loading it up with the celery. Also remember our fridge isn't working very well, so we can't really stock too much because it'll go bad.
I'll just get 2 of those for now.
Whoa, that's a lot of chatter. Hey guys, so we just got back home from the grocery and we spent $40.25. So the challenge should go through the end of the day tomorrow. I don't think we should have to go to the store for anything tomorrow, huh? So as it stands, we have about $20 left. I have a $20 bill left. Give or take some change. I didn't keep track of the change. I just put change in my purse. I took change out for, you know, to pay the difference of things. So we have $20 left. We spent $180 in groceries this week. That does include like our paper products, things like that. We did not include things like pet food, which we had to get. We kept that separate. And it was so funny because when we went through the checkout today, even the checkout lady said, like, wow, don't y'all usually get a lot more stuff than this? She's like, only $40. This is a real small shop for y'all. So it's kind of funny because as much as we go in there, all of the people who work in the store know us and they obviously know how much we buy there. So it's just funny that even someone else took notice of how small today's shop was compared to what we would normally do on any other day. Alright, so as you can see, we made it. It was a challenge for us, but we made it through and we had a little bit of money left over to spare. These are our receipts from our shopping trips and we totaled $183.80 for the week. We had just under $20 left. So we really were intentional about not buying extras and little treats and things. That money easily would have been spent. We would have been over $200 just on a normal week without paying attention. So this was a really good lesson for us. Let's go through the little list of realizations that we had and also lessons that I want to stress that's really important for any of you who are watching. So the very first thing that I want to talk about, this is a lesson for you guys and for us as well, but we're aware of this. And one thing that we noticed, Fraser said especially, was that it was hard for him because he doesn't normally pay much attention to how much he's spending. He doesn't have an eye on the finances like I do, so he just doesn't have his attention focused there. And in a way it's a good thing, and in a way it can be a negative thing. So for him, he found that going from not really worrying about it at all to all of a sudden being really super focused on it and paying attention to how much he was spending and having a limited budget, he felt like it put him into like almost a negative like frugality, scarcity mindset. And that was really challenging for him to not let that like seep over into other areas of his life. And that's something that I really want to stress for you guys. If you've seen other people on YouTube do this challenge, sometimes the people who are doing it can get into that mindset. Do not let this happen to you. Do this challenge as a learning experience, but do not let it consume you into frugality and scarcity and a lack of abundance. That is going to be so harmful to you in the long run. So for example, for us, I would not put this exact limit on Fraser every single week because I know that Fraser is also in charge of the sales for our business. If he is constantly, if his mindset is constantly focused on penny pinching, he's going to have a scarcity mindset, and that is going to affect his production in positive areas of our life. We're not doing this challenge to try to live smaller. We just wanted to learn something from it. We always have our focus on living larger, living bigger. And I don't mean by lots of stuff, because as you guys know, we're actually working to be more minimal. We're gonna start, you guys are gonna see some of the upcoming videos, we're gonna start clearing a lot of things from our physical space. So it's going to be really interesting. So when I say living larger, I don't mean with lots of stuff and spending lots of money, but you always want to have your focus on abundance in your life. Don't let a challenge like this, or don't let paying bills consume you into a scarcity and a lack mindset. You need to always keep your focus, your energy, and your attention on abundance. That is the number one most important thing I want you guys to learn from this. Now, one of the little things that we learned and noticed during this challenge was how much money we actually spent on celery in like a month. So we have been juicing celery every single morning, and we never actually added up how much that would cost in a month's time frame. So like just for the amount that we would use on a daily basis for ourselves, multiplied out for a month, we would spend about $180. Plus, we were also buying it from time to time for our family members because we want to encourage them to do it to improve their health. So we were probably spending about $200 a month on celery. That sounds a little bit crazy, but your health is so important and it is so worth the investment. However, now that we've realized how much money we're actually spending on celery, what we've decided is we could cut back to just 2 heads. We each get a head's worth of juice, which is about 16 ounces every single morning, and then that would save us $60 a month. So just going from 3 heads to 2 heads each day, we would save $60 a month. Now, the key is if you're gonna implement something like this, and this is where the magic can happen with this challenge. If you have a realization like this, if you find where you can keep a little chunk of money, what you wanna do is then be really intentional about it. Say, okay, what bill needs to be paid down? What kind of debt do we have that's adding up lots of interest for us? Could we take this $60 and add it to that bill each month and pay it off faster? That's what you want to do. Another thing that Fraser realized was the cost of water. So we also invest in good quality water because it's part of our health and taking care of ourselves. Now what we did is when we first started traveling in the RV, we bought like those big water drums, and we will fill them with alkaline high pH water at Whole Foods. And we did that because we needed to have water, like to be able to take it with us when we're traveling and we don't have access to clean water. But we've continued to use that water here at home because it's such a good quality water. However, that water is 99 cents a gallon, which is not expensive. If you're comparing like bottled water and stuff, it's not expensive. But if you're using that water for everything, then we would go through probably 20 gallons at least a week. And so that's $20 a week that we're spending in purified water. Now we have just recently, at the end of last year, we bought a Berkey water filter, which I highly recommend. If you are buying bottled water for your house, cut that out immediately. Get yourself a Berkey filter. It's a couple $100s, but it's gonna save you so much in the long run because as you can see, we would be spending, what, like $80 to $100 a month in water. So in a couple of months, that water filter's paid off and that will last you years. Trouble with us, why we were still buying a little bit of water now is because we bought a travel Berkey, which is like one of the smallest ones that they have, because we needed to be able to take it in the RV when we're traveling. So it struggles to keep up with our water usage here in the house, and we weren't being aware of like refilling it enough yet. So now we're definitely focusing on like making sure it's always full because we use so much water. You need to fill the top with your water and then it goes through the filters and then it comes out at the bottom. So you need to constantly be refilling it so that you always have clean water when you need it. But investing in a Berkey filter, and this is not an affiliation or anything, we don't make any money, but in investing in any kind of good quality water filter or like a distiller, something like that will save you lots of money in the long run if you are buying clean, pure, alkaline or reverse osmosis water on a regular basis. So let's start adding it up. As an example, we already said we would save $60 a month switching from 3 heads to 2 heads of celery a day. If we cut out all of the water that we're buying from the store and intentionally every day made sure that we just filtered enough through our Berkey, that would save us another $80 a month. So now we're already up to $140 a month that we could save without stressing ourselves out too much. Like we haven't even touched our food yet. We're still eating healthy foods. We're not depriving ourselves of anything yet. We've just found smarter ways to do some things that would save us some money, and then we can put that money towards paying off some of our debt. Lesson number 3 is that the dollar amount is all relative. So I don't want you guys to get hung up on how much we set for our grocery budget, because I realize that some people have a $50 a week grocery budget, and I realize that there are some people who pay no attention to their budgets and they're spending hundreds of dollars on groceries and they're spending hundreds of dollars eating out every week. So if you decide to use a budget for this challenge, the dollar amount is relative to each person. Do not feel like you have to compare your budget to anyone else's. Just do what is right for your household based on your incomes and then also the things that you actually do need to buy. So on that note, number 4 realization is just that this really did turn out to be a grocery budget challenge for us. The other people who I've seen on YouTube do this challenge have a lot of other expenses that where they would normally spend money throughout the week or throughout the month. So when I've seen other people do this challenge, they would not go get their nails done, they would not go get their hair done, they would cut out their coffee habit, they would cut out maybe like getting their smoothies on the go, something like that. And to be honest, what I think we can give ourselves a pat on the back for is that we don't do any of those things. I don't get my nails done because I don't want that regular expense for something that I don't really feel is that super important. I also don't think it's that super healthy for me to do that. I also, because I have a short haircut, I do have to go get my haircut, but as you can see, I need a haircut badly right now. With kind of a pixie bob cut like this, it would be preferred to get it cut like every 4 weeks. I will push that. I will probably go every 8 weeks. So I'm definitely like skipping an entire cut. I try to get it a little bit shorter than I prefer when I cut it, so that way I have a longer time in between cuts, and then I deal with a little bit of a rat tail and a little bit of extra length for as long as I can before I have to go get it cut again. But we really didn't have a lot of that kind of stuff to show, which is a good thing because we're not regularly leaking money out with unnecessary expenses. But if you do this challenge for yourself, pay attention to all of those other things and watch some of the other no spend challenges on other YouTube channels, and you'll see some examples of things like that. But for us, those just weren't really a thing. So really all we had to focus on was our grocery budget and Amazon Prime shopping, which I did not make any Amazon Prime purchases throughout the week. So that is pretty easy for me to cut out when I need to. And what I did learn, another lesson, which I don't even think I had on my sheet, but another lesson is that by doing that, Amazon Prime makes it really easy because you're not paying for shipping to just like buy something when you see it, and then you have an order, and then like 2 days later you think of something else and you buy that, and you start buying all of these little things. But when I focused on the no spend challenge, I was like, I'm not going to make any Amazon Prime purchases during this week. I was still doing some shopping, but I was much more intentional. So I kind of just put things into a list. You can create lists on Amazon, and where you can just kind of put things there as a reminder that you wanted them, but you don't have to buy them right away. And so I started to do that, and it made me put more thought into what things I needed, and then some things maybe I was like, you know what? I don't really need that because I have this other thing that I can use in this way, and it would reduce and simplify the amount of things that I needed to buy. So anyway, the idea is by being more intentional and taking time to think before just clicking add to cart, you can save yourself some money and buy less things. The next lesson, number 5, maybe I don't even remember what number we are on, but the lesson is your treats are not good or bad, they just are what they are, and this is just a tool and an evaluation process for you to learn from. Like I said, we're not going to cut out all of our treat spending because we don't want to feel like we're stuck in like a lack and scarcity lifestyle. We don't want our thoughts and our feelings to be in that place. We want to focus on abundance. So we don't want to restrict ourselves so much that we start to focus on lack. However, what we did decide that we could do is maybe just give ourselves each a budget, like say $10 a week for each of us for treats, or we could do only treats on the weekend, which I think that's the one that we're gonna do. So we've decided that during the week we won't buy treats at the grocery store, but we will have usually one grocery shop that we'll do on the weekend, and on that shop we will allow ourselves to get whatever little special treat that we want for the week. And also, if you are trying to lose weight, just do this challenge. During the week, Fraser was like, I bet I'm gonna lose weight this week, and I don't really want to. All those calories add up. So if you guys are interested in losing weight, then just set yourself a little bit of a grocery budget, eliminate some of the treats that you're buying, and you're gonna realize it's a lot easier to lose weight. All right guys, that is it for our 7-day no spend challenge. We're definitely going to continue implementing some of the things, like I said, with the celery, with the water. We're gonna be saving ourselves some money. We're not gonna set a strict weekly grocery budget. However, we are going to be more mindful. We're going to keep implementing everything that we learned throughout this challenge, and we're going to do lots more little learning things like this along the way. So I hope you guys will stick around and join us for those too. I always appreciate you guys being here and watching, liking, subscribing, and leaving your comments and joining the conversation below as well. It all supports our channel and it supports each other. I'm grateful for you all being here, and don't forget to the notification bell next to the subscribe button. That will notify you whenever my new video goes live, because I make a new video every single week, and I can't wait to see you for next week's video. Leave me your comments about your no spend challenge, or if you got anything from the lessons that I shared. I would love to see how this has helped you guys. I'll talk to you again real soon. I hope you'll have an awesome week. Bye guys.